Personally, I'm gonna take the Mavericks in 6.
I don't want to be in the clutch with Kyrie and Luka on the other side.
Luka sweeps.
If we're looking forward to this series, I would love to talk about basketball. I would love to talk about basketball and who we think is winning matchups and all that. But because this is, we can't not talk about this because potentially how serious it could be. Tweet from a friend of the show, B Souls. This is on top of a tweet from Savage Sports. This is a Boston sports publication. Real talk, this is why people in Boston don't like Kyrie Irving. He said, if you guys will have me back, I plan on resigning here next year. The people in Boston feel lied to. They wanted Kyrie Irving back and supported here while he was here. Okay. He lied to the people. Boston hasn't forgot. Now, I'm afraid to scroll down on this tweet because there might be a bunch of penises and racial remarks, but the show B Soul says, Boston fans want to keep acting like they wanted Kyrie back after the playoffs. Y'all didn't want him to resign. I want to know from a I guess narratives perspective, because Chandler Parsons kind of touched on it, who's about to have a worse time in this series? Supposedly Kristaps Porzingis in Dallas or Kyrie Irving in Boston?
Kyrie. I'm gonna be honest, like the hate Boston has for Kyrie is more than LeBron, and LeBron has actually busted our ass like numerous times. Kyrie, the way Boston fans talk about him, he is a forever villain. He's up there when the Yankees roll into town, when the Lakers roll into town, whatever team Kyrie is on, from here on out, he is going to get booed. It's unfortunate. I've made multiple videos talking about that situation. It was just an unfortunate scapegoat that Kyrie Irving was in that time span. So it's gonna be Kyrie, bro. Every time he's gonna get the ball is gonna be boos. Every time he's gonna be introduced is gonna be boos. Every time he checks into a game, walking to the stand, he is going to get booed. So
yeah, I think that we can all agree, and I'm glad we put that one to bed right there. But let's talk about the X's and O's. Damo, who you got and why? Fuck it. Let's get into it.
Personally, I'm gonna take the Mavericks in 6. The same way that Biso said that he doesn't know if that he would think that the Minnesota offense would last for another round or another series. This is a series I expect the Celtics to come down to earth with the 3-point shooting. I know they've been amazing. I know they are a 3-point shooting team, but law of averages, right? Like eventually them bitches gonna start clanking all over the place. And Tatum's gonna Tatum. It's honestly 90% hate of the Celtics and a very strong 10% love of Luka. I would say that, yeah, that's really it. I don't have any basketball reasons on the court why I have it other than Luka aura. Kyrie's going to beat the racists, and I don't trust Jason Tatum.
Okay.
Well, I'll go next. Shoo! Luka sweeps. I don't know what this segment's about to turn into. Have you ever played? Okay, let's play. Luka's about to sweep them boys badly. Kyrie's about to walk in there and say, this ain't about love and hate. And let me say I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. I hate the way you shoot sidestep threes. If Luka shoot a three, he gonna step back. We even hate the teams you beat because they come to confuse themselves with real contenders. And notice I said we, not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. Luka sweeps. Next topic.
Hey, we all got to get it out there.
I guess roll the hot take music, man.
Oh wow! Wait, hold on.
Finally got a good one that's gonna anger the folks. For real. It's Celtics in 5, man. It's Celtics in 5. That is the prediction. Here come the cold flakes. That's how I know I got a good take. This is our year, man. This is our year. I think we pose offensive and defensive problems for the Dallas Mavericks. Not to say that the Dallas Mavericks are a trash team. Absolutely, they are the best team. They are competent. But like I've said, I've banned myself from saying X team in 6. I think that's the Kevin Samuel 7. You know, I'm not saying that. So if I got to go 7 or 5, I'm going 5. All right. Do you want the game by game breakdown? The Celtics are going to lose game 1. Yeah. It's going to shock the world. First Take is going to be on fire the next day. I told y'all. And it's going to be on a pod night too. So Let's Keep It a Buck curse is going to keep on happening. But yeah, the rest of the way we get it done. We'll get it done.
Look, Bezos, you're a Celtics fan. I'm not. I can only be so frustrated at you picking Boston. But I've said this the entire playoffs. I'm gonna say it again. Do you niggas not get bored? Like at some point, don't y'all get bored? I get bored going live, only talking hoops to the point where I had to start an anime channel. But like, imagine if I had to go live, talk only hoops, and then act like Luka's not the greatest player in history. Don't y'all get bored? I am tired.
That's fine. I've also seen some ghosts before that lost to better teams. So
that you haven't seen Luka. You haven't seen.
We have seen LeBron though. So
LeBron. Oh.
I do want to ask. I do want to ask her before I give my prediction. There's always going to be one player in this series who is going to be, caught in like a deer in headlights, a polar bear in Texas, as they say. Looks like they don't belong here, or they're going to be trying to figure out what is he doing? Why isn't he doing X, Y, and Z? For me personally, I do believe that's going to be KP. I don't necessarily know what's going on with his injury status, but I think that this could be a pretty bad series for Kristaps Porzingis. I wanted to know who y'all thought that was going to be, who's going to go out there and really just lay a goose egg. You're going to be questioning what's going on. Should we pull him, et cetera, et cetera.
Who's going to fuck up?
Yeah.
So I could be on some hate. So I'll stick to Dallas because anything I say on Boston is going to be perceived as hate, and it could possibly be. Dallas, if someone were to potentially be seen as you know what? Let's give Tim Hardaway some minutes because they're fucking up. I'm concerned about maybe a DJJ here, only because Boston's defense, they may not. They may be good enough to where they don't have to sacrifice him just being open. They might just guard the motherfucker. And if they just guard him, that's going to be a bigger problem for the Dallas Mavericks offense when it isn't just Luka lob, etc. So I think even Josh Green to a lesser degree, but no, really more so Derrick Jones Jr. on the offensive end. Defensively, he's going to be valued a ton, so it's going to be weird. I'd say look out for him if it had to be a player. I think the Mavs are going to do just fine, but if I had to pick a player for Dallas, it would be Derrick Jones Jr.
Daniel Gafford. Going to bring his ass out. And defensively, his biggest asset is rim protection. And I just don't think he's going to be as effective as he could be when the 5 is either going to be Porzingis, Al Horford, maybe Tatum at times. If we put in Luke Cornett hopefully should only play 5 minutes max a game. And I do think in those minutes, Gafford will be looking like Shaq. All right? But outside of that, Gafford is going to be brought out the paint. We're going to be hunting Luka and Kyrie throughout the whole series and hopefully attacking the rim. So the NBA playoffs are here, man. There's a lot of money to be made if you play daily fantasy sports. And if you want to get into the action, you guys can use PrizePicks, the sponsor of this podcast, our preferable way to play daily fantasy sports. We will show you how to play the game right now, and it is very, very simple. Just sign up for an account, download their app, go on their website, and make some picks. And if you really know ball, you can win some money. I'm going to go ahead and look down here. Kevin Durant, 36.5 points plus rebounds plus assists versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm sensing a big game from KD tonight, man. Hit more for me, please. And then Darius Garland has been letting me down all year, and it's just another day of the year. Hit less for me on the PRA as well for Darius Garland. Omar, you decide how much we put on the entry.
You got to risk it to get the biscuit. I'm going to put 210 on there. Make place entry.
And if you use code LKIB, PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit up to $100. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this video. Now let's get right back to the content.
Something I've heard in terms of what a Dallas fan thinks the best course of action would be for defending the Celtics, because them trying to stretch the floor and pull people out is a thing that, they've noticed. And a lineup strategy that I've seen, I want to hear what you think about this, is essentially, let me make sure I got this right. They're going to put Derek White on, no. They're gonna put Kyrie. They're gonna try to put Kyrie on either Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. They're gonna try to put Luka on one of the guards on Derek White. Yep, they're gonna put Gafford on Drew and live with threes so he can roam and try to help and protect what you call it. Protect if someone tries to attack Kyrie. And they're hey, I'm just telling you what I heard. And and
Dallas in 6.
Oh, he does not believe that at all.
Yeah,
and because I'm looking, Drew Holiday's not even shooting bad enough to fucking live with that. I didn't even know Drew was shooting this good.
Dallas in 6.
Yeah. I pray to God that is just a take and not a
I didn't even
spoiler.
realize.
If that's a spoiler, or that is. Hey,
How do you feel about this?
Maybe I'm omni casual here. If that guy ever watches Keep It a Buck, comment below why you think that, gang. I'm gonna go hard miss because I do not see how Daniel Gafford leaving a fucking point guard open is just is a good idea. Especially
finish. Who was the other? What was the other part of that?
PJ Washington. So PJ Washington would probably guard Al Horford.
Tatum, right? It'll be Tatum. Who's on Tatum?
No. So Kyrie's on Tatum. So Kyrie's on Tatum. PJ's on. No. I said Kyrie should be on Tatum because the conversation he had was Kyrie on Jaylen Brown, PJ on Tatum. He was going to put Gafford on
Drew. You
Drew
said Drew,
for
right?
the shooting. Luka on Derek White. And who am I missing? That's it, right? That's
they're
everybody.
trying to cut off.
I mean, I would love to see it. Let's see how it.
I would.
That's what he said.
Let's try it out.
Is not out there lively. Like there, I don't think he said.
Well, he's saying what you call it. He's saying this is with Gafford, whichever big. So whoever's the big, Lively, Gafford, they're going to be guarding Drew Holiday.
Derek Jones Jr. is guarding Kristaps.
So
I would love to see it.
PJ's on Kristaps, and Derek Jones Jr. would guard Al Horford. Or I'll have to go back and watch Open Gym to see the exact line of strategy. But essentially, what his plan was to get the big to live with Drew Holiday shooting and play help side, weak side defense while whoever Kyrie's guarding, because he's going to guard someone bigger in Tatum or Jaylen Brown. If they try to attack, he's going to try to, get back there and stop him at the rim. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, Tatum is an inefficient mid-range shooter and pull-up shooter, but he's a good turnaround like post scorer. So obviously, if he posts up Kyrie, trap him, get the ball out of his hands, but you will want Kyrie to get him off the three-point line. We have a big in the paint to stop him from getting at the rim and force him to take inefficient jumpers. That was his game plan as a Dallas.
That was terrible.
No, just no. And if we have to, if we're living with the idea that Drew's just open for funsies, and then Tatum is going to be able to kind of pick his spots with Kyrie Irving all day, every day. And I understand Tatum's a fuck up. This is like the way of trying to push this game to 7 games with my glorious king for 0 reason.
Also, to act like Drew is just fucking PJ Tucker out there.
Yeah, that's another thing. What in the 2K shit is this to where like Drew is so bad from 3 that we can just be like, he ain't gonna green a shot, lol. So that is.
No, I'm saying I trust Drew as a shot creator to put the ball on the floor and like attack the rim. That's what I'm saying.
Also, yeah.
So I'd like to see it. Let's see how it happens. Let's see what happens.
I want to see a 6-game series. Obviously, I want to say the Mavs come out on top. Just because that's my guy. I would love to see how they do guard Luka. If they try to make him a passer or just say, hey, let's just wear him out and make him score the ball. I don't know the status. Misos, do you know the status of Kristaps Porzingis?
So they haven't cleared him specifically for game 1, but he's tweeted out himself that he will be back for the finals.
Correct.
I think everyone is assuming that he's going to be back for game 1. The percentage of how he is close to 100% or how close he is to 100%, I think that's still pretty vague, but I'm assuming, because there were even rumors of him coming back like during the Knicks series. I'm assuming they've really reserved and played it really, really cautious with him so that they can not be as cautious with him by the time the finals roll around on some, all right, bro, we got to win this shit. Play. So
yeah, I think that's. I mean, that to me, that's going to be extremely key. If y'all have to get extended minutes out of Al Horford, and then extended minutes out of Cornette, and then go a Jason 5 lineup because y'all have to go a Jason 5 lineup, then I think
we're gonna get cooked on the boards, bro. We were getting cooked on the boards against Indiana.
that's definitely going to be a problem. Then I also want to know about his mobility in that conversation, just what he looks like. I'm not saying that that's going to be the end all be all for y'all. If y'all do get into these conversations, is like Kristaps Porzingis is the make or break, but you know,
I think for Dallas, the keys to success for them is attacking that 5 switch, because the Celtics do run a switch heavy offense. So regardless if it's Luka or Kyrie, try to get that switch on as much as possible. Either score, penetrate, and kick out, and create for other people. And outside of that, keep it close. Keep it close. I think the Celtics have looked really good in the clutch against the Indiana Pacers, but still, I don't want to be in the clutch with Kyrie and Luka on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So that's the game plan. That's been the game plan against the Celtics throughout the whole season. We've even made that a meme on the podcast before. Hey, man, all you got to do with the Celtics is keep it close, and anything can happen. You know, if I'm Dallas, that's still the game plan. And yeah, that's the path.
Maybe it's a hot take, but keep it physical. I'm not gonna lie. You have an injured Porzingis, you have an older Al Horford, you have Luke Cornette out there. That's just at the big man's position. Even Luka Doncic should be playing physical. He's been the entire time been on one leg, but low key, even in the latter half of the OKC series, and especially by the end of the Minnesota series, I was like, oh shit, yeah, Luka's looking pretty fucking healthy to me. I'm not gonna say 100%, but he's looking pretty damn good. Kyrie Irving needs to be physical on defense as well. PJ Washington, Gafford, and Lively are probably just going to be the 3 most athletic people on the court. So I think they should just keep it physical, to be honest.
Yeah, and then for the Celtics, hunt Kyrie and Luka, because they can play him. They can't put him on the bench much. So
another thing to point out, March 1st, just want to, you know, because I saw people say that the regular season doesn't matter in these conversations. I don't know why. March 1st, post-trade deadline, they had PJ Washington on the court. Daniel Gafford only played 6 minutes, but the Mavericks lost to the Boston Celtics 110-136. Luka Doncic had 37. The rest, everybody had a pretty pedestrian game. And then the Boston Celtics, I mean, everybody, Jason Tatum had 32. Jaylen Brown had 25. KP had 24. Derek White had a 13-8-7 game, you know, just some stat sheet stuffers. They have a deep team. And then the other game that they played January 22nd, this was, you know, pre-trade deadline. The Boston Celtics won again, 119-110. Jason Tatum went for 39. Jaylen Brown went for 34. And then, you know, Luka Doncic went for 33. Kyrie went for 23. I want to see how the 2 stars play. That's another thing that I'm really looking at